If you hear any EVPs or see any orbs or anything like that, or weird anomalies, please comment. Hi, I'm Brett. I'm a psychic medium. I specialize in cleansing and clearing of people and locations. I can do it in person or remotely. A couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a producer. He was asking if I wanted to be in this video he had. It would be me talking about being psychic, talking about the paranormal, and playing video games. Sounds like a dream. The only problem was that the title would be referring to me as an exorcist, or implying that I'm an exorcist, and I'm not an exorcist. But I feel like what I do with the cleansing and clearing is comparable, and I do deal with some pretty nasty entities. And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna do it. But it also got me thinking about when people are coming out as a psychic or medium or believer in the paranormal or UFOs or whatever it is that society doesn't totally embrace. And I came up with 10 tips for how to come out as a psychic. Number one, it's a process. Take it slowly. You don't want to make mistakes while doing this. You want to be very strategic with how you do this. You want to be very careful with who you tell and how you tell. It's going to take time for anybody you tell to adapt to this new aspect of you. And then it's also going to take you a while to adapt to coming out and presenting yourself to your world as this person that has these abilities. Don't rush into this. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. Take it slowly, learn as you go. Number two, be gentle with yourself. Nobody is 100% accurate. The people on TV, they aren't 100% accurate. They're pretty amazing though. I've seen them live. They're crazy good. They're almost 100% accurate. Okay, but nobody is 100% accurate, and you won't be either. I know you're gonna wanna demonstrate, you're gonna wanna show people, you're gonna wanna prove that what you're talking about is true, but it's gonna take a while for you to understand all the nuances with receiving the information. So you might hear it, you might see it, you might feel it, you might just know it, but it has to go through you to be presented to whoever you're telling. So you might hear something, and unless you're being a channel and you're channeling it and the spirit is like taking over your space and just blurting out using your own body to do it, there's going to be interpretation going on. The problem is our interpretation is not what the message was that we were receiving. We're interpreting the message. So we need to be very careful with that. And that makes it so we are not 100% accurate. Also, you know, I've dealt with entities on the other side who have not been accurate or who have not told me the truth. So some of the stuff we're getting from over there, it could just be just some dude telling you his opinion, and you're like, oh, it's from the other side, it must be real, it must be true. It's just some dude over there who's like, yeah, I think the stock market's gonna crash tomorrow. And he might not have more information, or he might, I don't know. You also might change your ideas about things that you think are your truths right now, and you're gonna figure out that, oh, I was off a little bit, and that's not a problem. We're supposed to be flexible. We're supposed to be learning. It's a process. It's still a process. Number three, before coming out, have answers. Reconcile your worldview, your religious and spiritual belief systems, because people are going to ask you questions as soon as you start talking about this. And you want to have some answers before they start asking, so you aren't left standing there trying to defend yourself while they're asking, well, how do you know this isn't evil? And you're gonna be like, well, it's not evil. And they're gonna be like, well, how can you tell? You're gonna be like, well, it's not. And they're gonna recite stuff from books or from things they heard or from their belief system. So you should have your belief system figured out so you can answer them. It's not evil. Unless you're doing something evil. They're also going to ask you things about like, well, how does this work? Well, how do you do this? Well, how do you know it's actually happening? How do you know you're not crazy? These are things you want to kind of have answers to. And hopefully you have answers to these things. So think about all of these little aspects. Think about what people are going to ask so you have answers. It's also not just for them. It's so you can understand yourself and have a better idea of who you are and where you're going and how you function in this world. Number 4, get support wherever you can. You might need to look for support in other places besides the usual places you find support. So you might have to go outside of your normal community and look online, or find groups that share your new interest or your new whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you've got at least one person you can confide in who is not going to give you grief or judge you about all of this crazy stuff that's happening to you. Because it is kind of crazy to the outsider, right? We're doing a whole video on how to come out as what you are. So that's just kind of wild, right? Number 5, test the waters. Do not blurt out everything that's going on in your life right now, because you're gonna freak somebody out and you're probably gonna scare them. Instead, hint at whatever it is. Try the oh, I was watching a show on ghosts the other day. Have you ever seen a ghost? Or ask about oh, what do you think of Ancient Aliens? Have you seen that show? Those are kind of really chill ways of seeing if somebody's gonna be open to you talking about it. Some people will totally shut down if you even mention something paranormal or psychic. They're just not gonna be able to handle it. They're also gonna be judgmental, and you do not want to lose people just because you're oh, well, I was just telling you something. I know people who have lost people that they thought were open to this kind of thing, just because they said something about being psychic or even delving in this world at all. And instead of you going full bore into, oh dude, I was abducted by aliens the other day and they teleported me through my ceiling, that's gonna kind of make people step back and put defensive walls up and then not be able to understand what's going on. People can't handle it, so you need to take it slow, take it easy. Number 6, don't tell too many people. Again, start slowly. It's a process. Take your time. All of that stuff. Yeah, don't tell too many people. Start out with that one person and then kind of judge people on whether or not they're going to be able to accept it or not. Go slowly, open up to just 1 or 2 people at first and feel that out. Like I said, you're going to learn how to come out to people as you come out to people. You're going to learn what to say, what to do, how people can accept it or how people aren't going to accept it. And you're going to be learning what questions they might have or how they'll respond to certain things. You don't have to tell everybody. You are the person you are, whether or not people know about it. So just take it easy, go slowly, don't tell too many people. Number 7, know that it may never be appropriate for certain situations or environments. You do not want to be penalized for your belief system or for what you do or for what you're into. In places like work or religious institutions, there's kind of a set guideline for how they're going to approach somebody that is outside of the norm. So you want to be very, very careful with that. You could end up losing a promotion, or you could lose your job for what you believe in or what you do. It's not right, it's not supposed to happen, but it does happen. So be very careful with outing yourself in certain situations or in certain environments, because that kind of thing can happen. Number 8, understand that this might change some of your relationships. You will lose friends. Some people just can't handle that you've changed. Some people aren't going to be able to handle your new worldview. They may have been raised in a way that this is so alien to them, they can't handle it. Also, it might be that this is not their path. Their path is not to follow you on this road. They might not be able to handle it. They might have other things that they have to do, and this might be where you part. And that's just how it is. But you will make new friends, and you're probably going to connect with these friends on a much deeper level. I've met some fantastic people while doing psychic and paranormal work, and you will too. Number 9, be aware that some people have professional obligations or understandings that will require them to treat you a certain way if you tell them what's going on with you. This is like you being put on meds, or being diagnosed with something, or being treated a certain way because you tell somebody that you're hearing voices, or that you feel like there are invisible people in your house. Get where I'm coming from? Now, I'm not a doctor or health practitioner or whatever. That's my little disclaimer. And if something's going on like this, you probably should go get checked out, but be very careful with how you do it. You want to know if there is some medical reason or chemical reason for why you're having these experiences. Just be careful with who and how you tell this. Number 10, realize that the other side will know that you're coming out too. It's like you're making a statement and you're deciding that yes, you are doing this. So you are allowing it to happen. And the other side knows this. And so they're going to become more involved. Things are going to happen a lot faster. You're going to have more experiences. You're going to see more. You're going to hear more. You're going to have crazy synchronicities. So just be aware that the more you think about it, the more you do it, the more you delve into this, and the more open you are with it, the more activity you're going to have. The other side is very aware of what you're doing. So know that that's going to happen. And on your journey, take it slowly, be careful, don't get tripped up, don't overextend yourself. Instead, enjoy the ride. If you've found this helpful, or I've piqued your interest even a little bit, please subscribe and like. Thanks for watching. See you next week.